I was not very excited about what they had to say.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were less about the ergonomics and the focus or the presentation of the mechanical package and more about the function of the machine. And every suggestion they'd made, we'd already thought of and had already either implemented or it was on our list. So I felt like they were trying to redesign the way the machine worked rather than the way the machine looked or presented itself. So we'll see. We'll keep trying. But the truth of it is, as much as it looks like a box, it's not the worst looking box, and it's got all the features that we want for reliability and expandability and versatility, and we're going to keep making that particular system. It might be 6 or 12 months from now before we come out with a quote-unquote more beautiful model. I do not dispute that a little lipstick well placed would make our pig look a little better, but our pig can print in 100 materials. So I'm going to leave it at that. And our pig will run around the world twice before it needs to be lubricated. So I'm going with that.
Well, that's true.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you want a pig that doesn't have to be lubricated at every bus stop, we got the right pig. Anyway, we're very happy with the mechanical part so far. Of course, there are improvements to be made, but that's what the next model's for. All right, we got a nice question here. Yeah, we would love to have an online chat room that everybody can get to, or bulletin boards, and that is actually 2 or 3 of them exist inside this website that I believe is what I've been told. So,
yep.
Okay, here is the good question. This is the bonus question night from Powers USA. How is the Prime Unprime looking with the software update testing? The Prime Unprime is looking good. What I did was I got the reliability on the acknowledge nailed and tested, and sure enough, when we moved over, we got a different thing that was happening, and partly because of the Prime Unprime, and that was it was slowing the velocity of some of the prints down so much that there's always 2 axes in a move. So if you're moving near horizontal and you move slightly off horizontal, say you're going to move 50 pulses, the divisor in that can actually have a round off error so that the last pulse can take 30 extra seconds. And it's like, because it looks like the printer stopped. It wasn't it. Anyway, that problem was solved. And now we are bug-free on the I'm self-terminating stopping in the middle of the bell, meaning that we have no acknowledged issues. However, and if Greg, you're listening, you might be called tomorrow. The Prime Unprime is looking good. It's running solid. The print's running solid. I'm very happy with all that, except for the bootloader stopped working on the hotheads. I'm sure it's something simple. I'm in the middle of debugging what it is. Again, the food chain that goes through is a little bit tough. So I'll keep everybody tuned up, and I'm on the job, and we have the whole week dedicated to it. But the moment it looks solid, Powers USA, and also everybody. We got everybody will be informed, and we have a nice place on the website to upload and download. So I think it'll be not so painful.
We'll give you guys the links. You can download them, install them, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, you're going to do the Repit Trail and the 407 first, and then from there you'll go ahead and update your heads. It is a full, everybody full chain-wise gets it. So there are 3 pieces of software. 4 if you got the earlier version of Slicer. So plan on blocking out like 2 hours to upgrade all your firmware and software and get used to it. That might be a little, no, I'm going to say that's realistic. 2 hours is realistic because we'll have to help you walk through a few of them at first. But more important is that once you've installed it, you're going to want to play with it to get a feel for it. I think you'll like what we've done.
We actually do have quite a bit of that documentation written out, so we'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Thank you, Plexus 314.
Is that the guys from Finland?
No, that's one of our original backers.
He says up and running tonight?
Yeah. Plexus 314 has been making, just so you know, he's made the forums for the printer bot. He's made the forums for a bunch of guys who are out there.
Nice.
We
So if you guys can read the chat thing, you'll see that he's actually put up a chat room already for you guys, which is out of our control, but we appreciate the fact that you've done it on your own. So thank you for doing that.
Okay. Oh, Powers USA. Let me go and pull up the. Yeah, move this over.
Okay.
There you go.
Which one's that?
I'm pulling up. These Powers USA sent us something via.
DaCosta, I'll be glad to send you one of the files for sure, and then you can print it and we'll compare them to each other. I think that would be great. And yes, I'll send you the STL, not the G code, because our G code probably wouldn't run on your machine. It would be very confused. I guess we haven't received it yet, huh?
No, we have not received it yet. No.
We'll see it when it comes in.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at the next question you got here.
Carl, can you email me one of the plastic parts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's DaCosta. He's gonna print us the sample to compare.
Got it.
So yeah, for sure.
Okay. Ron says tri-kit slicer last week on my HYREL engine. Had difficulties getting it to work. Any success by others?
Who's that?
Any success? That's Ron.
Which Ron? Ron Holiday? Oh. Well, you're going to need to make sure and put in those 15 lines of code at the front that tell the hotheads how to work. Otherwise, it should work pretty much. I'd be very interested in seeing the code you generated, Ron. If you could email me a copy of the G code, I'll go through it and see where I think there are compatibility issues. It might be I can take care of them on this next release, actually. So, yeah, please don't hesitate to copy this. And Ron, I think marzipan's a reality on the next trip, which is 2 weeks from now, just in case you're wondering. So,
I like that.
Yeah, I got something that looks very good, very promising. You know what?
Oh.
It's funny that you got hit by spam. The gentleman Plexus 314 who was doing the chat room, my other website got massively spam doggied a month ago, and they shut it down. I mean, my host site shut it down, and we wiped it clean 2 weeks ago. I mean, erased it, and it got hit again in 48 hours, massively shot again. So, you know, it would be a little suspicious that we're both getting attack doggy there.
Very suspicious.
It would be very interesting to know what kind of spam you're getting. If you have a way of knowing what virus or attack information is coming through to you, I'd be glad to pass that on to our IT guy and see if there's a parallelism. Because if it is, I'd like to know it. I'd like to know if we're getting hit by a similar cyber criminal. And yeah, I do say cyber criminal because they really do suck the blood out of everybody.
Yep.
Ah.
Yep.
Wow.
Potentially, ONJ. Potentially, we didn't even have a forum on the other website.
No, but well, Plexus 314. Where in the country are you? What part of the country? Just asking, because it would be fun to talk to you for a few minutes sometime this week.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Ron says, when I am back in Holland, I will do so.
Yeah. We'll look forward to it. Hopefully you'll be. Yeah, I think he's where it's warmer right now.
Yeah.
South America, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he says greetings from Colombia.
Yeah, I sent something to the Border Patrol, but obviously they didn't get it before you got through customs. So, I mean, I told them to check your baggage twice, that you might have printer parts in it. So, oh, you're in Canada.
Okay.
Nice. Well, if during the week, or one of the evenings, tonight's not a good time, but worst of the week, if one of the evenings you find yourself bored to death and you want to Skype in for a minute, I would love to talk to you about what you've done and your experiences, and see if we need to enlist some support on helping make sure our wiki doesn't get destroyed before it's even up for people to see.
Yep.
So, again, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for what you've done so far.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. You know what? There was one other little thing. I'm trying to think what it was.
There was a lot of updates to the individual prints.
Yeah, the prints are getting easier and easier.
So, the frog fingers, Daily discs, stamps, whatever you want to call them.
But you're a believer in the frog fingers now. We converted you, right? Remember you had some parts that weren't sticking and they didn't have the frog fingers like a week and a half ago, and now we're believers.
I'm putting down stamps, frog fingers, and Daily discs judiciously all around, so that yeah. Anyway.
One thing that we do have scheduled, obviously we're a small group of guys, hardworking and slow progressing. But one thing that's nice about having a dedicated person is we can try printing on a lot of different platforms and textures. And I am very much looking for RMS finish, different RMS finishes that we can define for printing materials of a certain size, because we know that it makes a huge change, that there is, what is the right word? The texture really affects the traction. A good example of that is when you're printing the nylon. When I printed nylon on glass, it was a joke, as in no sticky, no laundry. When I printed nylon on 400 grit sandpaper, it was more interesting. When I put it on 240 grit sandpaper, it was perfection. I felt like I died and gone to heaven. So of course, these are the secrets everybody in the world wants, and it's what we want to be able to put up and matricize and pass on that information, even to non-HYREL backer type people. I think the world needs to know. So, anyway.
Server not found.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, Powers USA. The link you gave us. Oh no, there's flames coming out of the computer.
No.
It didn't bode well.
More than likely, Powers, everyone is spamming the living, daylights out of what you just put up there. So
anyway.
That's what happens when you put it up there. You can use Google Chat, actually, and that'll probably be better via HYREL 3D, and post links like that if you want us to take a look at it and then, push it out there. So, yeah, it's really weird that didn't work. Let me try one more time.
For some reason, I don't think Plexus is bored to death.
No. So
the man with your talents must be having them lined up around the block. Well, I know what that is.
Wow.
What? Something's very wrong with that number.
There it goes.
Oh my God!
Nice. It came through. It came through Powers USA.
Well, he didn't print that.
Yeah, he did. He most certainly did.
You printed that? Really?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I'm looking forward to giving you the next firmware.
Yes. Big time.
Yeoman, don't worry about the link. It had something wrong with it.
So hold on one second, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, work a little magic.
Uh-oh.
Do a little dance. Well, maybe not that way, but okay.
Oh.
Okay. So 1 second, guys, while I pull XSplit over, and now, so screen one capture. There you go, guys.
Can you zoom in on that? Plus, Control plus on the screen. If you click on that screen to control.
Oh, wow.
That's one slimy looking Yoda.
There we go.
Yeah, that will
Nicely
definitely clean up with the prime unprime.
Yeah,
totally.
Clean up these guys.
But
right here.
I'm impressed what you did.
It's beautiful.
You might have the best looking Yoda print I've ever seen off of our printer.
Yeah.
We don't get a chance to actually print much. We only print the parts we're going to ship with. We don't get to play with stuff like this.
That's true. That's very,
So
very, very, very
that's
true.
awesome. I'm very impressed, Jim. Very impressed. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
You know what? You will be, if you want to be, you will be my first prime on prime guinea pig. You and Les. And if you want to try and print that and then show it again, I would love to show the side by side of what it is with and without it.
Oh yeah.
Just know that dialing it in the first time, you have to dial it in for your head, and I have a little routine you run, and that gives us back the numbers. So basically, it has a preamble and postamble, meaning it's got how many steps before it finishes its move it's supposed to cut off, and how much extra pulses it's supposed to get to start it flowing again.
Yep.
And I got this little dash algorithm that we do. We print it, and then you can tell from where it is on the grid that this is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you can start to get it to where it's nailed right on. Once you've done that print, you don't do it again, but it's a way of calibrating the exact head with the exact material. So it's meant to let you quickly identify it. I probably should have patented that, but what the heck? Anybody else that wants to do it, have at it. So,
well, now if they do patent it, you know.
well, they can't patent it. We'll just
could,
share it with
but-
the world.
Yeah.
You have to have that kind of control, which they would be trouble doing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. If they can do it, I think it's great.
Mhm.
So we'll see how we progress on that front. But yeah, it's good.
Okay. 200 microns.
Nice.
4.5 hours, and the fan was on.
Yeah, the
Excellent.
fan
Yeah.
made the difference. No fan equals no ears. Just know that.
Yeah.
I dare you to print that with no fan. Those ears are going to look like, they're going to look, Krusty the Clown comes to mind. And that's not a good thing.
No.
So,
Oh, another one.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the ABSO that we suggested, you're saying,
Was that Saint Smart?
Saint Smart. Yep.
It looks like they're back selling again.
Yeah. They didn't look that way at one point in time. I hate to say that, which is the reason why we started when it came to recipes, we started looking at other suppliers because we didn't know if they were going to be around or not. No way. Really?
Who did that?
They costed.
No, that's not on our machine.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't have one of our machines.
Oh, yeah, that's about.
He showed that to me before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an awesome print. That's the problem with DeCosta. He's already done so much great stuff that it's going to be hard to
Wow.
match the bar and go above it. But we're on our way. You watch and see. So.
The cost, I would really love to know what machine you
What her
put-
name is. That's what he
What?
wants to know. Did you show everybody what it is?
Well.
Come on, show them.
Okay.
Show 'em.
All right. Hold on a second, guys.
Might as well share and let everybody see
Oh, I know.
what Dr. DeCosta can do.
Yep.
There you go.
Wow.
I'm sure David Geip is going to go and print this now.
Oh, I know he is.
He's probably already slicing it up as we speak.
That is a beautiful print, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How they got my ex-wife to model for it, I can't figure out. But, what can I say? Sorry, Sandra. I didn't mean that. She doesn't look nearly as good as you did.
Oh, so you did it on the sword tracks. Okay.
Yeah. Which I hear is a great printer.
Yeah.
I hear it's doing well. So,
Question.
I think Dell just bought a ton of them.
Yes, they did.
Congratulations, guys.
Question I have to ask you, DeCosta, is what layer height did you slice that at and print it at?
That looked like a 200 micron. Yeah, it does look good, doesn't it? You know what, X-Ray Charlie? You're going to be doing that print later this week, so just watch and see.
Yeah, it does look like a 4-in-1 print.
Hey. Nope, FDM. See? You know what
Oh,
the...
.14, so it's 140 microns.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm willing to take all day to print that.
Wow.
Hey, go with it. That was great. Now Eagle 1J wants a refund. Yeah, let's share the file.
RSUSA says my number one issue right now is out of memory exception. Yep, Dell did buy over 1,000 of those in Europe. That is correct. 1,000 Zortacs. Yep.
Wait a minute. Powers USA, are you talking about on the HYREL printer you have an out of memory exception?
No, no.
Yeah. Powers USA.
That's Powers USA, not Eagle 1J.
It might be, though, have you moved up to Slicer 1.0, because that will help a lot. If you're running out of memory during the slicing, move up to Slicer 1.0.
Eagle 1J says no refund.
You're funny.
We'll have to try that one with the 25.
Black Swan is the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It's amazing.
Powers USA says yes about the whole out of memory section. So, okay.
Send me what you're slicing. And I'll try slicing it here on 2 different machines. And have you tried to slice it on a regular PC?
He's not slicing, he's just loading G-code.
That's... Now I really want to see it.
It's because,
No. There's no G-code file in the world that should run out of memory.
Okay.
None. I can run 100 million lines.
Oh, he says the Yoda at 100 micron is having issues.
I'll
send
send me the file.
Oh, no, it was included on the.
You don't have a Yoda at 100 microns, do you?
No, but we have the Yoda file.
Well, but he's not saying it's slicing. He's saying it's G-code, which means it's been sliced.
Okay.
And we didn't slice Yoda at 100 microns.
No, I think what he's saying is that it's not slicing. And the out-of-memory exception is happening when it's creating the G-code.
As you can see, even those of us who are experts interpret situations differently.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the way I interpret this situation. I love this. This is reality video at its finest. Dear, I believe that he has sliced it and that he can't load the G-code file. And that's when it's happening. You, I believe, think that it's happening during the slicing of the Yoda.
Because it's happened to me before.
And based on his explanation, he has G-code, and it says loading G-code. So we're going to find out. I'm slicing on my own PC.
Okay.
Okay. So definitely, if you can send me that file.
Just loading the G-code. Okay.
Yeah, great. Send me the G-code, and I'm going to figure out what that is, because it should not be a problem. I mean, there is a, you know what? There is a buffer size in rich text box. First time I've been right all week, so I'm glad to have that one. He has been kicking my tail, and I'm in the wrong department all week, so I got one. Good. There is a setting to say the maximum size of the text in a rich text box. I will check that, but just give me your file, and I will quickly get to the bottom of this. That should be a no-brainer. .NET rich text box is an extremely robust and well-used object. I do not expect that kind of problem from it. Not at all. So, I mean, we have over a gigabyte of free RAM, so it's completely unfathomable that it's that large.
That's true.
I mean, Yoda Tricky guy is kind of old, so you kind of put that in there. Anyway, all right, cool. Well, we're coming up on the hour mark here, so if you guys got any last quick questions, please throw them in. Otherwise, we're gonna cut it off in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And as always, we appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in with us. And now we're glad to see that some of you received your printers.
Yep.
And more of you will be receiving them soon.
And enjoying it.
Holy guacamole! Who gave you that?
That would be Eagle 1J.
Oh, no way.
Of course.
Print that puppy. Is that technically an overhang?
That is technically an overhang, yes.
Oh, you don't need support? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
That's a good design. When you don't need support and it looks like that, that's an awesome
Very good design. Yeah. I'll give it a shot. You know?
Why don't we test the prime unprime with that? Or actually, I like the Yoda one.
I know.
I think the Yoda one, sliced at 100 microns, will be a great marathon print.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do that. That will be this week's thing for final test before I
about,
set up the firmware. 25 microns? Yoda's too old to do that. He'll be dead before we get done printing.
Yeah.
Print the young thing on the other page. She'll at least live long.
Oh, Eagle and Jay, you are bad. She has a nice set of overhangs.
Those are protuberances. I want to be square about this, okay? Now, does that mean her posterior is anterior? Could be. I'm not sure.
Oh.
Anyway.
All right.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, too. I'm not volunteering to print that
This
this
is
week.
get exception loading G-code for that one, too. Okay. I'll download that one and see what's going on as well as Powers USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a question. If any of you guys have seen the Voss that has like the golf ball pattern on it, I've been looking. They've been printing them at the shows lately, and they look like a cool, different thing to print. So if anyone runs into that thing, it would be fun
Nice.
to give it a shot, see how it looks. I'm pretty sure it would look awesome.
Oh yeah.
But anyone wants to point that our direction. God bless Thingiverse. They do all the work for us.
Mm-hmm.
All we have to do is make the printer.
Working on something.
Thank you,
like that.
Powers USA.
Yes.
We appreciate it very much.
Thank you,
very
Powers.
much. Huh. Well,
The reason why it's a test print is because of the ears that overhang at the very end.
on
Because
yours?
it's such a natural curve coming out.
I just thought it because he was so old and wrinkly.
Everybody loves the Yoda. So.
Oh.
DeCosta, you had to open up the ball of wax.
You know what? I'll tell you guys something. That is maybe one of the sadder questions this week. The guy who had... We ran into a gentleman who was amazing. Amazing is a bad word. Amazing doesn't do him justice.
Incredible.
In one day, he wrote a slicer. In one day. And I couldn't believe it. And it worked. So he was going to help us with that. And the good thing is that he has still said he would like to help us with it. But he's gone through a transition in his employment. And so for the next month or two, he won't be able to help us much. But I'm got my fingers crossed because he did more in a day than I would think I would do in 3 or 4 weeks, truthfully. He just knows that area, and he codes like Rain Man. It's just amazing what he can do. And it's really, really easy to follow the code. I was very impressed with the style he uses. So, gifted is an understatement.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of the other guys that are out there, I know Jim Powers is gifted at programming.
Yeah.
I'm certain that X-Ray Charlie is gifted at programming.
Yeah.
He confuses us a lot because he goes, yeah, we could do that. That's no problem. Just me 10 minutes. I'm like, 10 minutes? You sure not 10 days? And he's done.
Yeah.
So, all of us have crossed a bridge. Just like if someone needs a nice little RS-232 serial driver with HMS interface on it, no problem. Give me 10 minutes. So what's been fun for me this week is I've got over a lot of stuff from other older projects in the .NET platform, and I've been able to add functionality to this thing like every 30 minutes to an hour that I've been dying to get to instead of fixing old bugs that were created by my lack of knowledge. And so it's been very warming and rewarding to do programming this week. And so it'll be fun when I'm 99% on code that I'm writing, and looking forward to that existence. So to answer your question, the slicer and the scanner actually go together like this. But that's not the question you want